Welcome back. It's your boy Fresh.
And I'm Mary, and we are a Co-ople of nerds.
And today I'm going to show you why I have the best wife in the world.
But before we begin, don't forget to give us a like, a subscribe, and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
That's right. So we went to Dice Tower Retreat and played a game called Comic Hunters. And we really enjoyed it. The copy they had was in Portuguese, which was a little odd, but we asked the guy that worked there, and Chris Yee, and he told us that this was sent to them from a company in Brazil. And I'm not an expert in international finance, but from what I know, Brazil, in order to sell a product in Brazil, it has to be manufactured in Brazil.
Yes.
But then a lot of places, they don't export a ton. So I think they wanted the Dice Tower crew to look at it and, you know, kind of help sell it in Brazil, but not sell it internationally.
Yeah, because the Dice Tower has a following just all over the world.
Yeah, right. So we played it, really enjoyed it, and I was like, well, let me just see if it's on Amazon, and it was nowhere to be found.
You could find it on Amazon Brazil, but in order to purchase anything from Amazon or Brazil in general, you have to have a special tax number.
Right. And so basically at that point in time, I was like, well, c'est la vie. We tried. Well, we didn't really try that hard, but I looked on Amazon Brazil, it wasn't on there, or didn't have the tax code, so just thought, yeah, that stinks, but life moves on. And then Christmas happened. And then 2 weeks after Christmas happened, and what happened next?
So I started working several weeks before Christmas. I was like, I'm going to find a way to get this game for him for Christmas, okay? And so I was like, I will get on Board Game Geek. And Board Game Geek offers you the option of looking for items on how to buy them. And there were no options at that time. So I was like, well, how about I contact the creator? So I created an account on Board Game Geek and contacted the creator, Robert Co-ople, and I'm sorry if I'm spelling his name or saying his name wrong, but it's Robert Co-ople, and I contacted him. He's a super nice guy, and I was like, hey, we love this game so much, I really want to get a copy of it. I was like, I'll pay for it, I just gotta find out a way to get it. He was like, let me put you in contact with somebody I know here who sells internationally. And unfortunately I wasn't able to get a copy from her because she was all sold out. And he was like, let me see if I can find somebody else. And in the meantime, I kept checking on Board Game Geek. And it just so happened to come up one day that there was someone on Board Game Geek selling it. So, and from Brazil, of course. And so I used Google Translate. And I sent them, I put in to purchase it. And I sent them a message. And they shipped it internationally. It looked like it was stuck in Brazil for a while. And then it just showed up on our porch because once you tracked it, it stopped at Sao Paulo.
Right.
And then it just showed up on our porch one day.
So I wonder if that tracking is not meant for international. So it's like it took it as far as it could go, and then just was like, well, we don't care now.
Yeah. So if you do get on Board Game Geek and do a search, you can still. I think he has other copies. I don't know how many. So limited. But you can get on there and just use Google Translate and send them a message and get your copy.
So, Tom Vassell, only one in America.
No more.
No more. Comic Hunters. It is sealed. It is a set collection drafting game based around the old Marvel products. and I sincerely doubt they got the license. But let's go down to the table, open this bad boy up. I'm super, super, super excited. Let's check it out.
Thanks.
So here we go. Comic Hunters. You can see a little homage to Stan Lee. Kind of looks like Mary Jane, Peter Parker. So, get the old trusty
Careful.
box knife. Alright, screw it. Alright. So maybe this was used. So I was expecting these to be wrapped, but
I don't know. It's hard to tell.
yeah.
This is the check mark. Remember, this is how you keep score.
So this one, yeah, this one's tore off. Of course, all in Portuguese.
Yes,
Now, we have played it, so we're
familiar.
relatively familiar, and then there is Google Translate.
Yes, and then also, I'm sure we could contact our friends at the Dice Tower, and they could
Yeah.
give us.
Yeah.
They had a translated version of the.
Right, yeah. Z Garcia speaks Spanish, and there are some similarities between the two languages. So, let's see. Here's the rule book, of course, all in Portuguese.
See, these haven't been punched out though.
Yeah, these are sealed. Well, all right. So here we got some tokens, and basically, it's you're collecting comic books, and then different characters will have different values. So, like, you'll randomly draw these characters, and you get Captain America, Spider-Man, Iron Man,
Right.
Black Widow, Hulk, etc.
And they get ranked on here.
Yeah, and they get ranked on there.
So this is 3 to 4 players, 5 to 7 players, 8
No.
to 11.
That's 3 to 4 books,
Oh,
5
3
to
to 4.
7 books,
Oh, okay.
12 plus books.
This is the victory points in the end,
Uh-huh.
and you randomly draw the characters for
Right.
each of those.
Yeah. And then, so these are the different drafts you'll do. You know, where you got the take one and pass.
Right.
You got the take the entire row. You got, or no. Is that the one where you can move it? No, that's this one.
Yeah. I have to remember that.
Yeah, we'll have to.
But this one looks like it's take an entire row.
Oh, is this the one where you had to take an entire row? It was like a snake draft. So someone takes the first one, and then so player 1 takes a row, player 2 takes a row, player 3 takes a row, player 3 takes a row, player 2 takes a row,
Right.
player 1 takes a row.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to.
This one I think might be where you ranked them, right? Or like you.
Oh, you auctioned them.
Yeah, it was an auction.
Yeah, one of them was. It's a whole bit different kinds of drafting, and this was the one where you take the full row column, or
And you can you shift a
you
card.
can shift a card through empty spaces.
Yes.
There's nothing on the back, and I think
So you use the check mark. Where is it? The check mark determines which phase of the game that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
So you just use that to go through each of the phases. So you essentially just repeat the phases, except so this one, I'm not sure what Loha means or Sibo, but you have these 3, and this one introduces a new one instead of the Sibo, and then this one removes the Loha and puts the Sibo back.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a combination of all the different ones. And then
there's the first player marker, Stanley's glasses. It's really cool. Yeah, we'll have to. We're definitely going to have a playthrough of this game. We just kind of want to show it off a little bit. So this isn't the best explanation. We'll have a better one in the future.
It's been a minute since we only got to play it one time.
Right. Yeah.
And that was several months ago, and we've had a few holidays since then. So, but yeah.
So what everyone came to look at, the beautiful, beautiful Marvel artwork. Let's get a little zoom in here. So it's just comics all throughout. So you can tell from this card here, this is a Hulk card. You see the green fist. It's a versus card. And then it's worth 2 points. And so these point values kind of double as your money. So in order to keep a card, you have to pay for the card with other cards that you drafted with these point levels.
Yep. And because it's set collecting, you kind of want to determine early on maybe what symbol you're going to want to go with.
You want to go for Captain America. This is a number 1. So there's another.
And the board also can help you determine that, because it'll have ones that are automatically off the bat going to be worth more.
Right, yeah. Another Captain America.
Draw them and rank them.
And that's it's a gym copy of it. So a really, really clean copy of it. Some Doctor Strange. We're not going to go through all these because there's a lot. Just trying to pick some of the cool ones. I think this is the first appearance of the Hulk. I think that's what that I means, first appearance. I don't remember what the question mark meant. You remember that one? Beta Ray Bill. I had this book as a kid. Yeah. Oh, here's a nice Todd McFarlane art on Spider-Man. I love Todd McFarlane's run at Spider-Man. This is Maestro, which may be coming to the MCU. We'll see. So yeah, I mean, you could just, kind of try to go through them speed round here. I'll get my camera to focus all right. I mean, just so many great Marvel comic cover art. This game is absolutely beautiful. Only thing we really need to know is some of the scoring and some of the rules. But I'll get with Chris and see if he can email me a copy of those. And Mr. Fix-It. That's a cool one. Alright, yeah. Carnage. He's probably my favorite Spider-Man character. Because he's a little more vicious than the average Spider-Man villain. Spider-Man villains tend to be a little bank robbery, and he was a little more kill everybody. These are the 3-point books. There's Amazing Fantasy, I think it's number 15, first appearance of Spider-Man. Yeah, very, very awesome.
We were actually talking about different ways that this game could be remade in the States without buying the IP, right? And
right, yeah.
We're trying to just think, like, could you do board games?
Yeah,
where
Tom Basil's was board games, which isn't surprising. That's his business. I was kind of curious if more of a sport card theme. Get basketball cards. I think that license, you still have to get that license, but I don't feel like that license would be all that expensive.
Yeah.
So sport cards or... Yeah, I mean... Only problem with video games would be another one, but I feel like you'd have to try to get Nintendo to play nice with Microsoft, to play nice with PlayStation in order to get that, or you do, I guess, specifically Nintendo games and no other.
Yeah. Just one system.
Yeah. But then again, like all the third-party games that are on multiple systems, I don't know if you'd have to get the license for them as well. Like
I guess
each
you
one of them.
You wouldn't include those. It'd be somewhat limited.
Yeah, but then so you're only doing Nintendo exclusive games.
Yeah.
Basically, just a whole bunch of Mario games and Zelda, and a couple others. Well, look for a playthrough once we get these rules down, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye. Hey, Pumpkin.
Yeah.
It's looking a little less Marvel in here and a little more DC.
Under construction. Gonna make this game room look hot.
Yeah, we're gonna shove it up Retro Rivals' butts.
No.
No, they got an amazing game room.
Yeah, their game room cannot be matched by us, at least. But some much needed home improvement.
That's right. 7 Up, hit me up.